Hi, Jo here with an update for you on what we've been seeing in the speaking industry over the past few months so that you can use that information to support your speaking business. Obviously, it's been a tough year for speakers and the speaking industry, with so much having to be cancelled or the very least postponed, and there's a lot of uncertainty about when live events will start up again. But on the plus side, we've seen a lot of innovation in the world of virtual events during that time too, and that looks set to continue. So first up is innovation and investment. So while having Zoom meeting was okay in March and April, people's needs are getting more sophisticated, and as a result, expectations are evolving. Zoom is still the primary platform for virtual events. It was there for us when we needed it most to make that quick transition to virtual, and it's reliable and easy to use. But we're seeing other platforms now developing, and with native streaming services that allow for some basic production features like 3 or 4 speaker views, overlays, and lower thirds. And more recording studios and virtual venues are popping up to achieve more sophisticated levels of production. So the industry is seeing lots of investment go into virtual tech. So we should be seeing some really cool tools and platforms coming up in the near future. So this current wave of investment and growth of virtual events will have long-lasting impacts on event technology. And it's great to see this area that was quite neglected aspect of live events is now being given its time. And companies are dedicating what used to be stretched event budgets mostly to virtual event platforms now, opening the doors to more events, albeit with speakers needing to navigate new virtual platforms. We're seeing a new role of a COVID officer or someone taking on responsibility for COVID being talked about in organisations. They'll have responsibilities like knowing the latest government guidelines and COVID regulated safety protocols, carrying out COVID risk assessments, making sure social distancing is being adhered to, and liaising with suppliers to ensure their adherence to COVID regulations. So healthcare professionals are the closest to what's happening with COVID, and they were surveyed about events in the US. The information gleaned through the research gives us valuable insights and to in and outside the medical field. The research pretty much showed an equal split between those who anticipated feeling either somewhat comfortable or very comfortable with the idea of attending a medical congress in the US from the third quarter of 2021. So that may give us some insight as to when live events could start getting back on their feet. Jack Newey, a director at Conference News, told us their insights after running their event for event planners from their point of view. And in his words, it's not necessarily completely doom and gloom. There does seem to be some positivity around small events and hybrid events already taking place again, and for both small meetings, hybrids and larger events. So some good news there. And according to recent socio research on the current and future state of B2B events, even with a vaccine, virtual events will remain the go-to event format for the majority of 2021. It's great to see an increase in booking inquiries for inclusion and diversity speakers. They're in quite high demand right now. And from another survey, we can see that in this image, there's been a shift in attendees' events needs, with meaningful connection now being in top position. Zoom fatigue and platforms like Clubhouse are spurring a new way of hosting events with audio only. Now, this may seem at odds with engagement, but the point is to offer an attendee-centric option, with convenience being central to the success of the format. Now on Clubhouse, everybody participates via their phone. Some speakers are out walking the dog, while others are multitasking at work. Portability is a key concept. Offering audio attenders at events could help to create new ticket opportunities for paid for and virtual events, as well as giving more relaxed attendance options for those who feel overwhelmed by Zoom meetings. And the virtual event invites. Plus, listening as opposed to watching stimulates that part of the brain that makes us visualize concepts. So this is completely different experience from having the event on a monitor while attendees are multitasking. So that's it for this update about the speaking industry. If you have any questions or comments, please post them here or drop us an email. Please keep updating your speaker assets and update your bio and testimonials to reflect your virtual delivery skills. And use the resources that we have for you to keep you developing and growing your speaking business. See you next time.